Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon, good evening based on what time you're watching this video. I hope that every one of you are staying very healthy and staying safe. Friends, we are very happy to announce a new product for your CA final indirect taxation, where this product will focus only on your customs and foreign trade policy portion. Though we have a product for GST, customs and foreign trade policy as a separate product, but we have launched a new product which will cover only your customs and foreign trade policy for 25 marks. Now you may wonder why this product separately. Friends, this is targeted only for those students who have done their classes long back and they are not in touch with your customs and foreign trade policy, even practically. The only subject that they were in touch is GST. Or for those students who have always a fear factor about your customs and foreign trade policy. Always you have a fear factor that, okay, customs and foreign trade policy, let us see in the end, and that end never comes. Right? So that targeted people can obviously go for this product. And friends, certain important things that I would like to share so that you get a very clear idea of why this customs and foreign trade policy only product. Now friends, you have to understand that your customs and foreign trade policy, you're going to have lectures of around 50 hours to 55 hours and the weightage would be 25 marks. And we can rest assured that if you plan your revision properly and if you go through all the lectures properly, you can easily target 22 plus or 22 plus out of 25 marks. You may tell that the same equally applies good for GST. Not really, friends. When you talk about your GST, there's many interlinkage of provisions. You have to be very clear with interlinking of provisions, multiple chapters. There will be a question which will interlink 2 or 3 chapters and at times 5 to 6 chapters. If you talk about the master question, which is about 10 marks, right? So that interlinkage of provisions is required. As far as your customs is concerned, friends, the questions are direct and to the point. Why is it that? Because customs is always about simplified concepts and procedures, very simple concepts and very simple procedures. And a good news is a lot of chapters where you have to remember the data and figures is not applicable for your CA final now onwards, right? So those topics are not applicable now. ICA has removed those topics sometime back, and those topics where you're talking about your offenses and penalties, settlement commission, appeals and revisions, they are not applicable in your customs for your exams, though they are there but not for your exams. And we have around 95 to 100 case laws where we have done a very beautiful analysis of all the case laws so that you can easily connect to the concept. The moment you know the concept, you'll be sure that you know the case law as well, right? All the case laws covered in your ICA material, all the case laws, rather 5 extra case laws are covered in your lectures, so that will be there. And we were talking about comparison of your GST and customs, friends. Understand that, take any past examination paper to understand what we are trying to understand. 2 or 3 reasons why customs and foreign trade policy is always very simple comparatively. Why your return on investment in customs and foreign trade policy is much higher than your GST. One thing, it is all about simplified concepts and procedures. Second thing, all the times the questions that you get in exams are always direct questions. Now we wonder why direct questions are there. Because in your customs there is no intricacies or interlinkage of provisions unlike your GST. You need not interlink the provisions. One concept, one question, direct questions. Interlinkage is there practically, but for your exam point of view questions, you'll find straight questions. And even interlinkage, if it is there, it is very limited. And second thing, the revision time that will be required for your customs and foreign trade policies will be much lesser than your GST. So if you are spending properly around say 50 to 55 hours in your lectures, when you are doing your revision, you have to spend around 20 to 25 hours and that's it. You will be very sure of your customs and foreign trade policy. Maybe exam day before, when you are spending for customs and foreign trade policy, a day before exam, so when you're talking about your exam day, you have to spend around 8 to 10 hours for your customs and foreign trade policy. And I would rather suggest that go through customs and foreign trade policy first, if at all you are very sure of customs and foreign trade policy, because that will give you a kick to be sure of your 22 or 22 plus marks out of 25 marks. That kind of confidence you cannot have in GST, because GST is very vast. And when you talk about your GST, you have to interlink the provisions. You have to be very specific. You have to be very careful with the wordings. In customs, nothing is required. You have gone through the concepts. You have revised the concepts properly. You see the question, you will write the answer. That is the simplicity of your customs and foreign trade policy. It is very direct, it is very specific, it is very simple, right? I hope that this information about your customs and foreign trade policy only will help you a lot, and share with your friends who have that fear factor of your customs and foreign trade policy, so that they can get the benefit. And the pricing details we have clearly given. It will be 2,550 including your GST. You'll be getting only the encrypted copy of the PDF file will be there with you, right? No material, only the PDF file will be there along with the lectures. And those students who have attended the classes in various academies sometime back, face-to-face classes of myself or Praveen Jain, you can always talk to that academy for getting special discount, right? The description will give you the link where you can order this product, right? Thank you. I hope this information was very, very helpful. Thank you.